Hey everyone, it's Dr. Matson here. I just wanted to touch base about this assignment. I know it's caused some confusion and some stress, as well as some questions, especially because this is part of the DSM 4 and not part of the DSM 5. So, a couple things on that. Um, I spent about 6 years in the field recently doing crisis work for a couple different agencies here where I live. And even though we are in the DSM 5, this is still something that is utilized in both agencies that I've worked for. Um, the GAF score, especially when we would go to assess the client and determine placement, if we weren't scoring them low enough in the GAFs section, which is what you see as I scroll down here, these rating scales, in order for a client to be hospitalized, we would need to score them, pretty low, 30 to 40 range or 40 to 50 range, something like that, that shows serious impairment in order for them to be accepted into a hospital for placement. So technically, yes, this is not part of the DSM 5 anymore, but within different agencies, depending on where you work, of course, you will still see this utilized. So I know some of you are working in the field and this may be considered outdated or not a part of your job or anything that your agency currently uses, but like I said, it is still used in the field. Aside from that, though, we're in the fifth edition now of the DSM, so it's important to review previous editions to see kind of the growth and the change. The social services, social work, counseling, psychology, all of that hasn't been, as a system for very long, right? Um, Even 100 years ago, we didn't have anything in place for the protection of our children, right? Our animals had rights for protection before our children had rights to protection. We, didn't have federal child labor laws until 1938. So that hasn't even been 100 years. So a lot of what's emerged and evolved in this field is fairly recent, when we look backwards in time. So, uh, we there's some investigation that goes on when we examine what occurred in the DSM 1, 2, 3, as well as 4 in the current edition, which is where we're at with the DSM 5. I know many of you have submitted this assignment already. I think the examples that I posted helped. But obviously, we just started, right? So I know you're not that knowledgeable in the different disorders, right? If you're unfamiliar with the field or haven't taken a lot of psychology classes before. But the idea of this assignment is just to give you a sense of, or rather, just to give me a sense of where you stand with your understanding of psychological disorders in general. I don't expect you to be able to read through the case studies that are on this sheet and say for certain, yes, this is what the person is experiencing, this is what should be placed at all the different sections. I just want to get a sense of where you're at, where your experience lies, um, what your thoughts are with this. That's all I'm looking for. I'm not looking for you to be 100% accurate, with being able to clinically diagnose somebody, at the start of an abnormal psychology course. I just want to get a sense of where you're at and what your understanding is of, being able to read a case study and kind of break that person down and get a sense of where they're at with things. So you are welcome to reach out if you have more questions. All right. I am available on Zoom. You also have my email as well as my cell phone number if you want to get in contact with me. Feel free to do so. Otherwise, I hope this explanation helps some, and I look forward to interacting with you throughout the semester. You guys have a great night.